When I was younger, I had a dog named Blue, and I was really attached to her. However, she was absolutely an escape artist. Every time she got a chance, she would just run out of the fence, and sometimes she'd be gone overnight. And this took a huge toll on me because we lived next to a pretty major road, and I was always really afraid that something would happen to her. And it was in those moments that I realized that I never wanted anyone else to experience that again. So when I got to Georgia Tech, I decided to start a company building GPS dog collars. And we got a group of guys together, and we started designing the product at our kitchen table, and soon we had a prototype. And it was about this big, and we took that prototype and we put it into a Tupperware container, and then we found out, we found a way to strap that Tupperware container onto a dog, and it worked. We were able to see the dog's location. We were able to see when the dog got out of the geofence. So we took that design and we started refining it. And we added solar panels, a 30-day battery, activity monitoring, and just a ton more features. And we refined it really into the product that we have today.
Ever since I was a little child, I've had this ardent curiosity to figure out how everything works. My dad talks about how he'd come home from work just to find parts of the VCR just strewn about the living room. And so it came to no one's surprise when I decided to become an engineer. I went to Georgia Tech to do my master's, and that's where I met Reed. Reed and I became best of friends. We did everything together, and one of the things we did a lot was playing tennis. So we had this small ritual of sorts. Every time we drove to and back from tennis, we'd talk about everything under the sun. We talked about our friends, we talked about family, and most of all, we talked about Sniffer. Because Sniffer was just Reed's baby. And to me, I was just fascinated. I was fascinated that one of my friends was pursuing his dream on this off-beaten path of starting his own company. So I was more invested in Sniffer before I was even a part of it. And so in the summer of 2017, when Reed told me that there was an opportunity for me to be a part of Sniffer, I was elated. Sniffer was the perfect confluence of my engineering curiosity and Sniffer's drive for excellence and innovation.
So it started when I was about 7. I had a notebook of ideas, cool things I'd thought of, things from sci-fi movies, and I was like, wow, I want to be an inventor. I want to change the world with my ideas. So I decided to go to Georgia Tech, and I became a mechanical engineer. While I was there, I met somebody named Reed Kersey, and we ended up being roommates in the later years of college. While we were in college still, he started a company. It's called Sniffer GPS. It was a solar-powered GPS dog collar, and I watched it as it started at his kitchen table. He had a little team, and they didn't have any office, so it was our house. And I watched as they grew. They won awards, they became a real company, and I was impressed. After college, I decided I really want to try this. I want to get in on it. So I sent him a text. I said, hey, you want any free work? And quickly he replied, absolutely, come in tomorrow. So easiest job interview I've ever had. I decided after working with him for a little bit that I really wanted to do this. I wanted to try it, give it my best. So I asked him if I could be a full-time employee and part of the company. And just like that, I became a mechanical engineer for Sniffer GPS.
We've come a long way from building prototypes at our kitchen counter, but our journey is not over yet. Join with us to help make our Indiegogo campaign a success and to help make the world a safer place with no more lost dogs.